My name is Dr. Joel Rosen. I am the Adrenal Fatigue Recovery Ninja, and you can see a little bit of a different outfit, a little bit of a different haircut, but the same information. I am the ninja, and I want to talk to you about metabolic flexibility. We're talking about being able to use energy systems in your body that will help you maintain optimal shape, ideal body weight, be able to lose the weight loss resistance because of insulin resistance. But not only that, just thyroid resistance, adrenal resistance, synthetic or bioidentical hormone resistance. You're not able to metabolically create energy effectively, and you crash in the middle of the day and you can't wake up because you feel like you've just been hit by a Mack truck. You feel like no matter how much you sleep, if that's considering you're even getting to sleep or staying asleep, falling asleep, waking up several times throughout the night, can't get out of sympathetic, overwind, and your blood tests are normal, and you're taking a bunch of different types of medications, or your supplement drawer is $400 worth every month, and you're just sort of throwing crap at the wall, and you don't know what to do. That's why we're doing these metabolic flexibility videos. So we've just finished talking about glucose uptake, and we were saying that really with insulin being the controller of how much the hepatic glucose contribution is making the glucose blood values rise or how much insulin is accelerating the rate at which glucose is getting out of the blood. We're basically saying with a resting hyperglycemic case that the glucose is being poured into the bloodstream more, and it increases the uptake. How much glucose is going in, how much is coming out, how much is going in, how much is coming out. And a lot of that has to be meeting the metabolic demand of the cells, meaning the blood cells, the fat cells, the brain cells, the muscle cells, and the glucose in the liver will, because you're getting so much food over and over and over again, will increase its uptake. However, this video is new information, can't keep telling you the same stuff, just have to keep rewinding and telling you so that you're with me because it's difficult stuff. Right now we're talking about, for diabetics, glucose intake or uptake doesn't always increase. And we kind of hinted on that last video, and we said there's a case where you can have metabolic acidosis or ketoacidosis, and that's what I really want to talk to today. I don't think that this is a problem for everyone, but certainly would be remiss of us if we didn't talk about it. So not for everyone. Glucose doesn't go into the cell a lot better. And so what happens is your body will start to, when insulin starts to fall, because that's the definition of diabetes, is you're not going to be able to put the brakes on the protein being broke down and the fat being broken down, and there no longer being any glycogen stores. So what's going to happen is you are going to have a lot of ketones, and that ketones will eventually make the decision of how much glucose is taken up into the cell, or how much substitutes for glucose, aka ketones. So ketones will go into Krebs cycle, and they'll be able to make energy, but what will happen is with this person who has type 1 diabetes or type 2 diabetes and still is eating a lot of foods and hasn't changed their intake of carbs or fasting, and they're still pumping out so much glucose because of the foods they're eating, the degree of uptake is going to be determined by the amount of ketones their body's making, by the lack of insulin, and how much we keep breaking down these fats and making ketone bodies. And that's the real problem, because ultimately that can be fatal. If that ketone levels rise above 20 and glucose millimoles and glucose continues to rise, then that can be fatal. And that's where we get comas or kidney damage, or just too much bicarbonate and carbon dioxide, and that's where we have a lot of problems. But I just wanted to tell you that on this video, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the problems is for normal individuals that don't have, I won't say normal, but you're not diagnosed with diabetes yet, and you do have an insulin issue. You have too much of a resting glucose level that's high. You're hyperglycemic, and you don't think you are. And it makes you more anxious if you don't eat every 2 hours and you feel you're going to faint. I want you to continue watching what we're going to talk about next on the next video, because we're going to talk to you about what fasting does in this whole interaction. So stay tuned, and we'll get on that on the next video.